Joshua,
How are you?
I'm great. We haven't talked for a little bit, maybe season 14 and now season 15.
Here
Um,
we are back again.
I know, and it's such a great show. First of all, compliments to you and your crew for taking us around the world and letting us see the inside of an expedition.
Well, happy to serve, and thanks to everybody for coming with us on the journey.
This season is a little bit more in depth as we explore some very interesting things. I'm going to hit upon Hitler's plane. That's a hell of a segment.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of the amazing things about World War II is that there are stories still being told. And one of the really fascinating stories is something known as the America Bomber, which was this aircraft that Hitler and the top Nazis dreamed of, which was a plane that was capable of crossing the Atlantic and bringing World War II to American soil and bombing cities like New York and DC. And it's a project that has long been shrouded in secrecy. And this question of just how close the Nazis got to building one of these planes is still an ongoing question. So, something really interesting to dig into here.
The way that you present this history is so fascinating because it is a story, and it feels like you're telling us, hey kids, sit down, and I'm going to tell you a story, and it just really flows so well.
Well, we really try to make each of these expeditions feel like what they are, which is a journey into the unknown, right? We don't know what's going to happen. We always want to invite the viewer along with us. And so in the season premiere, we're going to be crawling through tunnels that nobody's seen since the end of World War II and traveling into this really kind of lost landscape underneath the Polish countryside. So, really, really exciting stuff.
Is crawling through tunnels one of the best things about your job?
It depends. Yeah, some days, and some days maybe the biggest drawback. When I'm wedged into some tiny space in a crumbling tunnel that's in danger of collapse. So depends who you ask, I guess. My mom would not say it's the best part of the job.
When you started Expedition Unknown, I mean, did you think it would last this long?
It's so funny. I can remember when we first started the series, we all turned to each other and said, are there enough mysteries out there in the world for us to really tackle? And it turns out, yeah, it's a bottomless pit. And not only are there an endless number of mysteries, but our show really also depends on explorers and archaeologists around the world working on these mysteries. And I'm thrilled to say that there's no shortage of them either. So, we'll be traveling again this season all over the globe, exploring everything from Hitler's lost America bomber to
Mhm.
pirate treasure to stories of man-eating lions on the African Serengeti and everything in between. So I'm happy to say it's a long list.
You get jet lagged anymore?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are good days and bad days when you're on a delayed flight sitting on the tarmac for 4 hours. We've all been there. Those days are no fun. But I am constantly buoyed up by just the excitement of stepping into another culture, going to another place. I think I feel most at home when I'm, walking around somewhere where I'm not at home. And so I just think that thrill of stepping into a new world is so exciting that it makes all the delays and cramped airplane seats worth it.
And stepping into other cultures, I mean that there's a culinary fear I would have, I think.
Yeah, we've eaten some interest. Look, I mean, sometimes it's great, right? I mean, you might end up in Italy and might have the meal of your life. But yeah, sometimes it comes in the form of fried spiders out in the jungle somewhere. Definitely an occupational hazard.
Yeah, I would pass on the spiders. Um, but after 15 seasons, I mean, are you bowled over by the audience's reaction to the show still?
Yeah, I mean, look, I really am, but I have to say, as much as I'd like to take credit for the success of the show, I do think a big part of it has to do with the fact that we all kind of love a mystery, right? We all love these kinds of stories of missing treasures and vanished cities and all that stuff. I mean, we all gravitate towards these kind of stories. The human mind loves a mystery. And so a lot of these places that we visit are the most mysterious places, the most mysterious legends on Earth. Later in the season, we're going to be going to Göbekli Tepe, which is this
Wow.
site in Turkey, the oldest human construction in the world. And it is this really puzzling, mysterious set of buildings built, 12,000 years ago. And so places like that kind of can't help but interest people, I think, because it's our common history. And a lot of it is very mysterious still.
It truly is, and I get so excited about things like the America bomber and things like that because it is part of the human heritage, and yet we know next to nothing about it.
It's true. I mean, some of these stories, certainly when you talk about ancient sites, whether we're going to the pyramids or we're going to Göbekli Tepe, these are places that are shrouded in mystery because the stretch of time is so long. But, World War II, it's really incredible. As soon as the war was over, so many of these tunnels and
Yeah.
bunkers were just imploded and buried. And within them are still these stories from this conflict that really, aren't that old. I mean, this isn't all things considered. This is less than a century ago, right? So,
Yeah.
the fact that there's still stories out there, still chapters to be written in this war is really incredible.
It truly is, and this show is just it's a behemoth. It's just a lovely way to um, offer a tip of the hat to our past, and you do such a great job in hosting it.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, we're very excited about this season. The season premiere is really thrilling and exciting, and from there, we just keep going. It's really these amazing kind of this amazing global journey this season.
Well, Josh, thank you so much for your time today, and also thank you so much for the stories that you brought. I think anybody that's interested in history needs to be watching this show from the very beginning, and just absorb some of these great mysteries and how human beings are so adept at thinking and figuring puzzles out.
Well, I appreciate it, man, and I hope folks will tune into the season premiere. We're back on June 18th on Wednesday night, and I can't wait for folks to see it.
Thanks, Josh, and you have a great day.
All the best.
Bye bye.